Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. I'm live. I got a like, but I don't think I have anybody active right now, which usually takes a little bit. That's okay. I do have a couple things I'm planning on covering this morning. I've had a lot of questions on my YouTube channel and that. So I'm gonna take today, besides just cooking breakfast, I'm also gonna take it as an opportunity to, maybe I should move this back a little bit. Let's see, that covering maybe down just a tad. Over. There we go. And cover some other things, some on nutrition, some on lifting, some on longevity. And what I'll do is I'll probably repeat myself a few times, waiting for everybody to get on. For those there that might be lurking, there's my kitty cat. Binks want me to come out and pay attention to her. She can't get enough attention, considering before last December she was a feral cat, wouldn't get near me, and now she's constantly spending time with me. Here we go. What we got here? Max, how you doing, Max? Do you do Strongman as well? I have not. I was going to, but every time I've had the opportunity to do a local Strongman, it always conflicted with my powerlifting meet. So there was one that X-Science in Peru was going to do, and I really wanted to do it, but Nationals for the WUAP was going on the same day, and so I have national records in that one. It was more important. So this morning's event agenda is going to be nutrition, vitamins and minerals, food, and some advice on keeping your shoulders healthy, and also just some things to kind of keep you entertained. It's wintertime here in the Midwest, so I picked some things up at the store that I think if you're in a northern climate area during this time of year, it's good things to have on hand. So first of all, I'll get the baking going. This will be the toy I'll be presenting. It's a saber type sword. I don't know exactly what you call it, but army buddy of mine brought it back from Afghanistan for me. And you can tell, as Doug would say, fire, this has killed it. I've kept it in the original condition so far. I have just been repairing the blade on it. It's from supposedly the Byzantine Empire. I can't say that for sure for 100%, but it's a cool sword and I like it. I'll be baking the eggs today. So, nutrition. As always, start with D3. D3 is paramount for immunity, especially these days. Go along with D3 is vitamin C. That's also imperative. Nice thing about vitamin C is you can take a lot of it. Don't take the whole bottle. With D, you shouldn't take any more than 8,000 units, but I guess they can do 30. How long did I serve? At what age? When I joined at 17 years old. Wow, I was still in high school. And then I put 6 years in. After 6 years, I realized that it was time for me to get out. I was either going to get in trouble or get in more trouble. Next thing, potassium. Now, when you get potassium pill, it's a supplement, but understand it's not much. So serving size is one tablet. It only provides 3% of your daily needs. So this is not going to sit there and stop on cramps and that. So yesterday, I was back to the gym for the first time in 2 weeks because of the quarantine. And I think I got done lifting around 2, and the time I got home around 4, I was really starting to cramp up. Took one of those, but here's what really saved me. So this is a V8, and this has 15% of the potassium that your body needs. So I drank 2 of these and one of those pills, so I got 33% what I needed, and within about 30 minutes, the cramping went away. So I keep a case of this on hand at all times. I pick it up at Costco. They have a really good deal. Next thing is Super B Complex. B vitamins make you feel better, help you with hangovers, help you get more out of your food. And then always a multivitamin. They kind of cover everything. I might have missed with my food, but I do try to get a healthy input into that. If you're wondering what all the stuff there is in front of me, this was my haul yesterday at the grocery store, which I called my winter prep. L-arginine, one amino I take for blood flow and releasing natural HGH at night. Magnesium for muscle repair. You know, if you ever see that product ZMA, it's basically zinc. There's zinc and magnesium. Both of those are important for muscle repair. And zinc is also one of the very important ones for immunity health. NAC, another one for immunity health. Also, I think it helps with blood flow. And so that's the regimen I take throughout the morning. I can tell if my body really needed it by later on when I go to the bathroom. If you know it's clear that I know, wow, I really needed everything. If it's not, then I'm going, okay, I was pretty good to go. So yesterday I picked up some things on sale. And basically, they're things for the winter because freezing rain out here in the Midwest can knock power out for days. I've been out here without power for 4 days. I do have a gas generator and some other backup solar generators. But so what I got is, well, first of all, remember what happened last year. So I got my spare toilet paper, 12 rolls. Last the wife and I did probably a month and a half easily. I buy that brand because I'm on a septic and it breaks down really easy. The other thing I got was sea salt and a pepper grinder, the spice of life. That's usually what I use for cooking. Pure maple syrup. So, family likes, on Sundays we like to have pancakes. And what I found out is after I had pancakes and used your regular brand, store brand syrups, as the Canadians will say, syrup from a telephone pole. About an hour later, I'd really get some bad shakes. I'd come down from that sugar rush. With the pure maple syrup and also honey, I don't have that issue. So I recommend that. Skippy peanut butter. All right, it's Christmas time coming, and the wife makes those peanut butter cookies, which I love. And she'll go through these. I thought I had plenty, and all of a sudden she asked me one day, "Don't want to cover?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm out," which I should never be. So she bought 2 of these, and I seen these were on sale, and then they had a coupon on it, so I bought 2 more for the winter. All right, the next thing is your all-purpose flour. Those were also on sale. Got them 2 for $4, so I picked up 2 of them because I like to make bread during this time of the year. Yes, it's fat, throw it back down when I eat it, but God, it's good. And we're going to make a lot of that and freeze a bunch of it. Sugar is on sale for $1.99. I had dry roasted peanuts. There were 2 for $4, and they had a $1 off coupon on 2. So I grabbed them. All right, that's a great snack. Really high in oils and protein. And a couple coupons on Tums, so I picked up another one. Besides getting your calcium you need, anytime I eat something heavy like spaghetti or pizza late at night, I usually got to chew a couple of those. And one thing you don't want to forget about is Band-Aids. All right, small cut. If you're not treated right away, can cause issues. And anytime I do go through a cut, it's amazing how many of these bandages I'll go through. So, buy one, get 1.5 off. So I did. Oh yeah, they had eggs for 99 cents. Now, generally I use the eggs from my neighbor down the road, but his chickens don't always lay. So when I can pick these up cheap, I'll grab it and I'll mix it with the good ones. Yeah, I was saying, hi everyone. Hey, how we doing? How often do you train a week? I train 4 to 5 days a week. It depends on my schedule. So I trained yesterday, back for the first time. I did a long live feed. If you want to check it out, I did cover a lot of things. But generally 4 to 5 days a week is what I want to get in. I was planning on training today, but they had some sort of nationwide threat from TikTok on the schools here in the Midwest. And evidently they took serious. So the schools are getting released early. And I'm staying close in case I have to go into town and straighten some things out. But the wife will be home early. So I really don't have time to shoot down to Sherwood, which is an hour away, and get my workout in and do some things I wanted to. But I probably will go to the gym. I'm probably just going to go local here in Warren Streeter. Another thing when that's cooking, another thing you should have during the winter because you lose power and you got bad storms in it is this one's a bale fan. And
precipitation 60%. For Saturday, mostly cloudy. A 20% chance of rain in the morning.
So I got it connected to Dwight, which is a weather channel. I get better information off this radio than I do off the TV or even off my weather apps. So if there's bad weather heading this way, that's how I find out. I use the other two to try to back it up. That's the best way. So one of the questions I got is how do you someone's complaining my shoulders are sore or they creak or I've had a rotator cuff injury. And what can I do to help that out? Besides surgery, because I try to stay away from surgery. So with light weights, anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds is or 8s. You do what's called field goals. All you're doing is you're doing this. You're strengthening one of the small muscles that keep the rotator in place. And you're going to do I would do about 4 or 5 sets of these, probably anywhere from 12 to 15 each set. All right, don't use heavy weight. This is not to sit there and bulk your shoulder up. This is to loosen it up. That's all it's for. Also, before you do some military presses, use light weights here and just get everything warmed up. That's all you need to do is just get everything warmed up. And once you get all that blood in there, then that helps prevent injury. Another one is to get on a cable, have the cable set about here. And what you're doing, same thing with light weights. So you go out here, 4 or 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps each way, and then turn it around and come back this way. If you do those on a regular basis, you will find that your shoulders will heal. There was a guy in Palmer Glen that turned me on that about 16 years ago when I was recovering from a shoulder injury. And after about 3 or 4 weeks of doing that, my shoulders came back 100%. It was great. I was suffering for over a year. You trained at Metroflex Gym where Branch Warren trains. Metroflex. I don't know Metroflex. I've trained at Cardinal Fitness, which became Charter Fitness. I've trained at Gold's Gyms in Bloomington, all 3 of them. They had a main gym with a pool, and then they had 2 smaller ones, express gyms. Shorewood Fitness, which used to be a Cardinal, which used to be a Charter. X Science in Peru, the YMCA in Peru. The Edge in Streeter, Illinois. Those are the main gyms I've worked out at. What else? Oh, there used to be one called, I did an Anytime Fitness one time, but they just were not happy with me being there. I couldn't get people to spot me. They were worried about because of the weight. I was trying to tell them you don't have weight. I might need 5 pounds. That's it. So I found another gym closer to where I work called Club Flex. and that was a hardcore gym, and I had fun there. But then they ended up closing down, and I think about all the gyms, unless I'm traveling. I've worked out at the YMCA in Yosha, Missouri. It's a great place. They let veterans in there for free, and then usually I buy some protein shakes on the way out. But they have a real nice facility. There's a small college there, and one in Laurie, Missouri, just a small mom and pop one I trained at. I think I've got a posted video on that. If not, it's on my Facebook. So yeah, Metroflex doesn't ring any bells unless it was under a different name at the time. We'll put in the preferred email contact if you want to ask me questions or if you're interested in training. It'll be in the live chat, and then I'll try to put up somewhere else. Oh, I want to give everybody out a huge thank you. I just hit all 4 things that I needed to do to where I become an official YouTuber. So once they review me and once they approve my application, then I'll be, I guess, what is called an influencer, which I thought I'd never known I'd be called that. Let me actually ask it over here. Let me look. What is your construction? What is your construction is mine and removals. I don't think I understand what you're asking. Maybe I have to rephrase it. It may be something that it makes a lot of sense to you, and it's maybe because of the location thing. But comments I've been getting. So I've been getting a lot of comments that have inspired people to go back in the gym. People that have been out of the gym for decades, and now they're going back in because I'm showing it's possible, and that's really is my goal, is to inspire people to either go back in the gym and work out, or to continue to stay in the gym and work out. Too often I've heard, and a few times from myself, is that, what is your job? All right, so my job right now is a trainer. I'm a personal trainer. I do it in the gym. And also, I do some clients online. In the gym, it's usually $60-$70 an hour. And it's for people that just really want to get in shape. And if you want to get in shape, you need to make an investment. I always recommend trainers. Remember, pros use trainers. I've used trainers. Anytime that I felt I needed to get, motivated. Generally, my client people will train with me about once or twice a week. Some are only once a month. And then I do give a lot of support, via text or messages. So if they're asking me what other exercise they can do, I share that information with them. Online, it's $80 a month, which gets you 4 or 5 1-hour videos. The first video is probably an hour and a half because I need to know a lot about your information, what your goals are, and what your nutrition is, and so I can help you properly. And basically, anytime you have a question, you just message me or email me. I've got a few of those, a few out in California, and some people have just they hit me up for a month. And got them back on their way in a field more actually in the powerlifting field, and that they just needed to, they needed to hear the same thing. It's the same thing. Sometimes I need to hear the same thing to understand I'm on the right track. Let me see what we got here. I left the gym when they asked for my papers. Now training at home. Yeah, so I have to be careful what I say on YouTube about that. All right. My gym, both in Peter and in Shorewood, we don't ask for papers. Okay. And we don't require something over your face. Now, if you want to have a mask, that's fine. If you don't, we don't care. But when you get closer to the big cities, it gets more severe, and that's all I can say about that. I don't want to make a channel about that. There's enough channels out there that'll cover that. If you want to hear some of the serious stuff that's going on, I would recommend Prepper Nation. I'd also recommend the Alaska Prepper. Rudy does his research and knows what he's talking about. Things they talked about last year is coming true. It's like, so not everything, because nobody can 100% right. And they'll say, in my opinion, and they'll say, also do your own research. Rudy's very fact-based. The Canadian Prepper, he's very fact-based. Prepper Nation's probably a little bit more on the let's go Beaverines, but there's always good information. I know in New York, it's getting ridiculous. And I agree. If I would need to show, as you say, the Papa Alpha Papa Echo Romeo Sierras, I wouldn't go there either. I have had the main shot. I've had the booster shot. If you've been following me, I just recovered from it. It was very mild. I mean, basically 5 days the total time, and then there was only maybe about 2 days where I was running a high fever. So I do think that the shot helped. It doesn't prevent. I tried to say that at first, but I didn't believe that. But I think there is an advantage to it. So if you want to get the shot, talk to your doctor. All right, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to anybody on YouTube. Talk to your doctor. All right, if you don't want to get a shot, I'm fine with that too. You're no threat to me. My immunity's strong. And that's all I can say about that. You may want to look and see if there's other gyms in the area. They're not asking for that. But it's strange times we live in today. Let me see. I can't read from where I'm at, so I got to get closer. All right. 374-pound pause bench today. Trying 396 next week. I'm thinking that you're converting it from probably kilos. 396 would be, I believe, 180 kilos. 180 kilos is usually my opener all the time. But 374, that's huge. Great. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. I don't know if I would try to jump up to 396. I always say slow and steady wins the race. Generally, if I'm going to go up, even if, I throw something up and it goes up really easy, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, I'll only go up 5 pounds or 2.5 kilos. But I would be, just getting back in. I'm Irish. Hey, how you doing? I'm Scottish of descent, but American. But I'm sure I got cousins over in Ireland. I want to go to Scotland Island either later on this year or next year, next year, but I don't, who knows if I'm going to be able to or not. Kind of scary. So what else I want to cover today? So, on the comments. Also, then when I get some ridiculous comments, I guess because, I'm old and I lift a lot of weight, I obviously must be on, TRT or steroids or whatever the hell. And I don't have any issue if you are on those things. We're all adults, make adult decisions. I would suggest that you make sure you're under supervision of a doctor, and do it safely. But, I'm not willing to assume the risk. I think there's a risk involved, but everybody has a different opinion on that. But honestly, at 60 years old, my prospect land is big enough. I don't need it to grow any. So, I'll get 3 or 4 little comments a day. I understand it because, they believe when you turn 60, you should be old and feeble. And I'm out there trying to tell you that's not true. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to sit there and lift 400 plus pounds. Whether you're going in there and doing reps, whether you're going in there and doing cardio or doing tone or just trying to lose weight, it's all good stuff. 170 and 180 kilos. So, Elon, I would probably suggest, next week, don't do 180 kilos, maybe do 172.5 or 175 if you feel it. Don't be in a rush. I find out when people are in a rush, including myself, injuries happen. I did that last December of 2020. I mean, I was making huge gains. I went from 425 to 480. I understand, I had been up to 475 before, so it was muscle memory, but I had went up that in a period of about 8 weeks. And I started feeling really tight in here. And I should have paid attention to it, but I didn't. And so, no problem. Did a 445 pause, no problem. And then I threw up 4. And about time here, I felt a little tube. I had a spotter grab it, and the damage was done. Within 3 days, this whole side was black and blue. I got pictures, that I can share with you now. But I thought I'd really messed up. I was afraid maybe this was over. I took 3 weeks off. I came back, started benching at 95 pounds. Went up to, I think, 135 first day. And every day I came back, I went up a few more pounds, 185. And by February of the next year, so about 2 months later, I competed and put up 430 pounds, which at the time was a personal best, in a sanctioned meet. But I did some adjustments. I brought my grip in a good hand space on both sides to kind of take away some of the pressure off my ligaments there. I've been really paying attention to what I'm doing during my lifts to keep myself healthy. And that's one thing, you got to listen to yourself. If you feel something that's bothering you, slow down, figure it out. Height and body weight. So currently, I'm about 6'4". Used to be a little over 6'4", but gravity over time. I was up to about 263 pounds. After dealing with the Charlie 19 for 2 weeks, I dropped down to 250. So I'm 250 pounds. And that's okay because I usually, you played darts out in Alabama. Well, I haven't played darts out in Alabama, but I used to play darts when I was a young man. Used to be pretty good at it. My sight was better, and a buddy of mine, Steve, and I would go out and we'd play darts all night. And Friday or Saturday, I'd make some good money. Everybody kind of chuckled until I went through college, but you get in a good tournament and win it. There was $300-400, and then you get some. I want to play you $20 a game, but we used to practice, a good 2 hours before we went out. I haven't thrown like that in years. I can do an okay game, but if I'm aiming for that triple 20, I'm probably gonna hit the triple 1. You know what I mean? 6'3", 315. Okay, good size. The heaviest I've been is 265. I have an uncle I resemble greatly, and he was like 305. And I realized if I didn't do something about my eating, I was going to be there really quick. Because I was putting on about 2 pounds every week. So I shredded back down to 242. And I was able to, after a period of about 4 months, I was able to hit the same weight at 242 that I was hitting at 265. So I really felt that was a win-win. To be able to sit there and drop that much weight, but slowly over time, and then get back to my original strength. So this year I competed in the 125 kilo class or 275. And I usually weighed anywhere between about 100 or anywhere from about 256 to 258 pounds when I weighed in. And currently ranked tied for 5th worldwide in my age and weight class all time. I'm going to see if I can get into the 242 back, and if I hit those same weights, that should put me in the number 3 or number 2 spot. And if I get a little stronger, I want to get the number one spot in the 242 or 110 kilo class, 60 to 64. That's my goal for 2022, and to stay healthy. World Championships is on at the moment. Any half decent American players? Well, me. If you're talking about, you're talking about darts, no, I don't think so. And those guys are definitely a level above me, even when I was at my best. Okay, I was probably the county, probably the best in my county, but we used to go up to Chicago and throw some darts with some of these real boys. And I'd win a few, but not a lot of them. They were, their darts cost more than my car did. Me, I had maybe a $20 set of darts, and that was about it, and probably $40 in extra flights and tips. All right, so yep, for a guy who's never touched steroids, I'm quite a big guy. Some of the strongest men are 400 plus. Obviously not lean at 315. Yeah, now you're talking about the world's strongest men. I've actually got to meet Brian Shaw personally. He was doing a signing that. I talked to him for a few minutes. I got a picture with him. So he's, I think at the time he was about 6'6" or 6'7". And I think he was weighing around 350 to 360 pounds. And he has to eat 12,000 calories a day just to maintain his weight. And he's a strong man. You don't need steroids to get strong. If you want to take them, I don't care. You still got to put work in the gym. But, I've looked at a lot of people. The ones that were on steroids were kind of obvious. And eventually I said, yeah, I do. That's okay. They go, do you care? I said, no, I don't care what you do. You do you, and I'll do what I do. 6'3" at 315, that's big. You're putting on some good weights too. How old are you? Because by your age, I can kind of give you some ideas where you might be able to get to. If you're younger, you're not even close to where you can end up. Because I tell you, I got stronger in my 40s. I got a lot stronger in my 40s, and I continue to get stronger in my 50s. And I want to keep trying to push it. So you're a young man. Oh God, yeah. You keep at it and you stay safe and works. You'll be a 500 bencher, easy. And you won't need steroids for that. You got the frame for it. 6'3", 315. You definitely have the frame for it. So keep working it. Just stay healthy, slow and steady. Don't be in a rush, and you'll do great. Absolutely. Matter of fact, let me know how you're doing on your lifts every now and then. Shoot me a message or an email. I put my email up there at scottishfitness@gmail.com. If you are competing at it, definitely like to hear from you. I wanted to go to the WUAP Worlds in October this year. It was in Hungary. I actually had a personal invite from them from when we had Worlds here in Elmhurst, Illinois back in 2019. Where I broke my existing world record in the 55 to 59 class. And that one's still holding. I lift more now. So that was exciting. So recap for everybody else. Basically, I talked about nutrition. I talked about winter preparations. I got toilet paper, I got spices, peanut butter, pure maple syrup. I think that's better. You don't get that shakes afterwards. Flour. The wife and I are going to make a lot of cookie dough and a lot of bread dough. Sugar. Make a lot of cookie dough and a lot of bread dough. Peanuts. Good snack. Healthy for you. Band-Aids when you have a boo-boo. And Tums for when you eat the wrong food or too much of it. All right. And then don't want to run out of those, but I don't need 1,000 rolls of those. I just picked up. Anytime it gets slow, I pick up a 12 or 20 pack, whichever's on sale. This was on sale. Emergency radio.
Will not be necessary through tonight.
All right. It will not be necessary. That's good.
The temperature was 31 degrees.
So I use that to let me know when it's going to be dangerous out there. Use V8 to get my potassium in, because every thing of V8 gives you 15% of your daily allowance, where a pill gives you 3%. So it's good to have it, but definitely 3% is not really changing anything. Got my breakfast, bacon and eggs. That's how I start out the day. Join on the exercises, to protect your shoulders and that. Oh, longevity. So somebody asked me, how do you stay healthy for that long period of time? And number one, don't be in a hurry. Number two, set goals that are reachable. I would say set easy reachable goals and give you more than enough time to reach it. Like I was telling you, jumping up 10 kilos in a week, I would say don't do that. Do 2.5. And then the next week, do another 2.5 if you're successful. And the next week, do another. I would do it over a month. Because anytime you start rushing, you're going to tear up too much muscle, and you're not going to give yourself enough time to heal. And that'll be the other thing for longevity. You need a lot of protein. If you're bulking, really heavy lifting, it's recommended at a minimum of a 0.5 gram per body weight. And that's pounds, not kilos. So probably a full gram per body weight if you're using kilos. Or twice that. So I'm generally on at least 200 grams of protein. 250 is my goal. And you can only ingest about 50 grams per meal. So it's not like you can have a meal of 100 grams, because 50 of it's just going to pass on through. Let me see what he's got going on here. Yeah, you can definitely hit 500 eventually. Absolutely. Just take it slow in that. 800-pound deadlift, yeah. Yep. And 700 on a squat in years to come. I think it's very possible. Those are huge goals in that. Just give yourself more enough time to do it. Don't try to be there by when you're 25. Because if you get injured, injuries suck. And if it's a major injury, it can take you pretty much out of it. And we don't want that happening. So if there's not any more questions, I'm going to close it off and get my day started. The cat's out there hunting. She'll just sit out there by the. I'll see if I can get you to see it. I don't know how good the camera is, but you'll sit there by the weeds, and then also she'll come up with her offering, which is usually a mouse or a vole or a bird. She's got them before too, and also a rabbit one time. So a little small rabbit, but she got it. So once again, here's my blade. My buddy sent me this from Afghanistan. All right. You can tell that this thing was probably used in battle. It's got some nice etching in it. I gotta still clean the rust off it, but I'm taking my time, because sometimes, not that I'm ever gonna sell this, because I'm not. This will get handed down to one of my kids. Supposedly this is from the Byzantine Empire. I may have to have some expert, say that. He was just going off the word of the person he sold it at. But bought him, one for him, one for me, one for another friend of ours. And it's pretty cool. I kind of enjoy some of those items. So everybody, thanks for joining in. Also want to thank all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. So I am now getting all 4 qualifications to be a downward YouTuber. My videos are going to be basically me in the gym, showing proper forms and lifts. When I do in a powerlifting event, I'll post some videos of me lifting, along with some other people lifting. And then I'll do some breakfast lives where I'm pretty much going to be answering any questions I got during the live the day before, or during any of my regular videos. I check my comments all the time, and I try to answer all of them, even the ones that may not be in a positive note. Oh yeah, also cardio. You need to do cardio. Yeah, you're right. I do. All right, and I try to, but I'm not an endurance runner. I'm a power lifter. But cardio is important. If that's what you are, endurance, that's great. You know what I mean? I just don't think I need to run away from anything anymore. I used to do distance when I was in high school, but I was a lot lighter. I was 145 pounds. Running was easier back then. And then, yeah, I'm going to start really concentrating on squats. Yeah, I'm guilty like probably about 90% of the other lifters out there where if I'm going to skip a day, it'll be leg day, and I'm going to make sure I don't do that anymore. And so wish me luck on that. I really appreciate all the positive comments I get on my YouTube videos. That keeps me motivated. And once again, if you need help to get motivated, or you do need some ideas for training, I do that. Like I said, it's $80 for a month, which will be 4 to 5 1-hour videos. The first video will probably be longer because I need to get a lot of information from you, and also text and email support. Email if you're out of the country, because I know a lot of people over here are probably on here from Europe because it's in the evening there. And then usually when I do my later afternoon lift lives, I get a lot of the local, states and that. So everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful evening to those people across the pond. And if you do have any other questions later on that, you can put it in my comments on this or any of my other ones, or you can email me at scottishfitness@gmail.com. All right. Thank you very much.